Who cares about this planet? This one question really sums up what we as people have come to think of our home, the Earth. What's the point of all that we do? And what has it got us? A lot of people over the course of time have dreamt of a better world. A fellow by the name of Martin Luther King Jr. once said this,
"And I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land."
Why is it that he thought he might not live to see this new world that he had dreamt of? Was it because he didn't have faith or belief in mankind? Well, I like to believe that he did not really care whether he did see or didn't see this world, because he was certain that this world would one day definitely exist. So, do we live in a promised land? I wouldn't really say so. He said this in 1968. Let's fast forward 44 years. We still deal with much of the same problems that people have been trying to solve for a long period of time. Should we not want to help one another? Doesn't the feeling of happiness always triumph the feeling of misery? Does it make sense to give monetary wealth more importance than common well-being and health? Seems as though we're saying that money is greater than life itself. Martin Luther King dreamt of equality, a world that would provide a beautiful life for every person on it. However, greed crossed our path towards this world. We're at a point where today we experience a slight detour from our intended destination. Unfortunately, there's no GPS here. If we're to find our way back, we're gonna have to do it all on our own. Recent generations have driven themselves based off of their greed for money. We have attained speed and power, yet we live in fear. We have found a way to industrialize almost everything, yet more people today are left wanting. We want bigger cars and broader engines. I'm sure we know the effects of this on our planet, but we are ignorant. For all we care, the Earth's resources can be used up in the name of progress. Our urban centers today continue to get more and more crowded, so we decide to demolish our farmlands and call it expansion. Is this really progress? I mean, is this really expansion even? I think sometimes we use our brain a little too much, and we've forgotten how to feel with our hearts. We must trade machinery for humanity and surrender cleverness in exchange for gentleness and kindness towards one another. I know I sound pessimistic, but I'm just being a realist. I still strongly believe that all men and women have good in them. All we need to do is pool it together and form a sort of universal brotherhood. Now more than ever, if there's something we wish to say or convey, our voices can be heard halfway across the globe, and we can make a difference. Greed will pass, and with it, hatred, pain, and suffering. This will happen the day people decide to take power back into their own hands. I like to look at the world we live in today as a system, but we can't let this system turn us into some sort of machine that does what it's told to do. We are people. We have the love in our hearts and the ability to express it. We must fight for a free world. We can do away with national barriers, greed, and hate. We must fight for a free world where science and progress leads to the happiness of all, but not just a selected few. So back to my earlier question, who cares about this planet? I know I do. Do you?